Welcome to this video for the partial solar eclipse. That is today, October 25th, 2022, the Scorpio new moon solar eclipse. We're going to go into the 12 sun sign horoscopes for everyone. And you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to share the other screen with you as well. That way you can see what the hell I'm doing when I'm marking it up. It won't be very big, but at least you won't be just staring at a screen where there's random squiggly marks happening. And I'm putting the chapters into the videos so that you can go right to your sun sign or your rising sign. If you go to your rising, what you'll be doing is actually looking at what the eclipse is for your natal chart without even needing to know your natal chart. And then if you include your sun sign as well, your sun sign is your solar chart, two different charts, but combining that information together gives you a really good picture of what areas of life this eclipse is really affecting for you. I went in deep about this eclipse on the Light Goddess podcast. The link is below in the video notes, the video description, so you can find that link. And there's over 450 some episodes, so there's so much great content there about your thoughts, running business on intuition, being a divine feminine soulpreneur, about this divine feminine awakening, and about deprogramming from the matrix and the really third dimensional and lower dimensional aspects of being incarnated as a human, being a soul incarnate, soul in a body. And so I go into so much there, making money, all of that. So definitely go there for so much content. And I'm on TikTok daily with videos to support you on this journey as a divine feminine soulpreneur, and really changing the world and bringing big vision and having fun and being playful and really loving life and living like the amazing life that you really want to live, but also like changing the world. And we're not doing this old world anymore. And we're really just creating the new world in and around the old system. We don't really have to even think about or bother with the old system or controllers or people that don't want to come along for the ride, or we just simply have to focus our vision on what we want to create. So I talked in depth about this eclipse on that podcast episode, so I'd really go there, but let me showcase a few things and then I'll go right into the 12 sun sign horoscopes for this eclipse, and then I'm going to pop off here. And we have another eclipse coming soon, so this is eclipse season. We've been feeling this energy for about a month, and eclipse really release old things. We are visioning and starting a new chapter, a new period for sure. Saturn on the 23rd on Sunday went forward and is stationed, and so Saturn is stationing right before this new moon and this eclipse. And it's really fascinating, right? Because Saturn, we've been doing the really toxic, the really distorted Saturn in society for a really long time. The whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps, work hard, all the doing, all the toxic masculine energy, all of the pushing and striving and the competition and the superlatives and the greater and the best than and all of these superiority inferiority issues. But we're really being called with Saturn in Aquarius, new, future, innovation, unexpected, out of the box, the new way, right? We're really being asked to bring Saturn back into the balance of the conscious expression of Saturn, which is a titration at times, but we need the titration. The river, as a friend of mine says, the river needs the banks to be a river. Otherwise, the water would spread out everywhere and go into the aquifers and the groundwater, but the aquifers need the ground around it to hold them, and so on and so forth. So we need both. We need the banks of the river, but we don't need the banks of the river to micromanage us and tell us which way we should go as a river and how raucous we should be or how calm and smooth we should be. and be giving us guidelines and rules and on systems that aren't for the people and by the people, right? The Saturn is meant to be for the people now. It's meant to be of the people, by the people, not for a small percentage of dominators in the culture, or a small section of the possibilities of what color or income or race or demographic that a human can occupy and take on in this life. We also had Venus conjunct the sun on Sunday, and this is really big. You know, this is Venus in her not favorite sign, Scorpio, but intense, passionate about the metaphysical, about that deep connection to your magic, the invisible, knowing what is inside you to create Venus and your deep heart desires, and opening your heart to what's invisible, to the mystery that really isn't so mysterious if you're actually very connected into your body and your heart and your soul, right? It gets less and less mysterious. And then of course the eclipse is this conjunction of the moon and the sun, and with Venus there. So we've had all this Libra season and just come out of Libra season, and Mercury's still in Libra. And so we've had all this time to sift through our relationships. The Venus star point is moving out of Libra into Scorpio, which is very much now a focus on, and this is an 8-year season that we're starting, an 8-year new cycle of the Venus star point being in Scorpio, about me and what do I want, what do I desire, and that is the most important thing that must come first. If I'm not solid, then I can't be solid within a relationship with the other person. If the other person's not solid, they're not going to be able to hold up in that relationship. And two people coming together really solid, then the relationship is beautiful and blossoms. But and it's also a look at the dark underbelly of things. We always have the shadow with the light, and to look at that, and that's what we're sifting through with the Scorpio South Node, right? So there's a lot happening with this eclipse, where Jupiter's at 0 degrees Aries on this world axis point. There's a lot that we can expect to transpire in the world that we might not see right away at first, but there's going to be massive shifts. There's going to be changes, and there's going to be changes of power. And with Juno and all these trines, there's so much about relationships. And Juno's in Pisces right now. Juno's in the sign of soul, of your heart, of divine love and compassion and understanding, that understands everything is connected and infinite. And that vision of what's really important, the vision of love, and holding fast to love, holding fast to what's heart motivated, holding fast to what is sensory versus mentally projected at us or mentally motivated. Let's go into the let me just share this screen with you so you can definitely see it. If it'll come up. Nope. Let's see. How do I do this? There we go. So I hope you can see this. I just want to make sure. So, okay, good. So you should be able to see this just fine. So I was doing this for several iterations and you couldn't see it. So, all right, we'll go into the sun signs, and there'll be chapters so you can just flip right through. If you could leave comments. If you're loving these videos, there's a lot of energy and effort and care and thoughtfulness behind these videos. So if you're loving them and getting value out of them, if you can please subscribe, like, and share, that really helps other people find it. This is definitely a growing YouTube channel. I did do daily horoscopes from March until summer. So there's just so many videos there. And there's a lot of videos that aren't daily astrology, but there's a lot of learning you can do there. There's so much there for you. So, and I do shorts a lot. And so the more that the channel is noticed, the more effort I can and energy I can spend over here doing some amazing stuff for you all. So definitely feel free to comment on anything in the comments that is helpful or that you like. It'd be good to know. All right, so for Aries, Aries, this being always true for you, it being a Scorpio new moon solar eclipse, it's happening in your 8th house. So it's like, are you connecting to your magic? Are you reconnecting to that? Where has the links been cut or suppressed in your connection to your connection? Your connection to your guides, your heart, that the deeper inner sense of your beingness, of what you long for, what you yearn for, what you deeply desire. Are you connected into that? And are you connected to how magical you are, how you can will things into being, how you can make things happen, how you believe so hard and so freely and so spontaneously, that fire, that belief, that childlike irreverence for problems or issues, and like, no, we're just going to go into it, we're going to do it, and it's going to happen, it's going to be great. You know, that belief, that unicorn vibe, right? Of just like, I'm willing this into being simply because I believe so much, so magic happens. Where have you been disconnected from that? And it's time to reconnect in. And it's important to re-own your power when it comes to your business and your content and what your vision, what you're doing in the world. So are you really on sacred mission? Are you doing your soul vision? Are you following your soul vision and really keeping aligned to that, no matter the external voices, the supposed external authorities? Are you giving away your Saturn, your inner authority? Are you giving away your Saturn? Are you doing distorted Saturn, Aries? Really look at that. We have to do all of our 10 planets, and we want to do them consciously, and we really want to pull the planets down to us and understand how interconnectedness we connected we all are to everything. Can you connect in to your authority that's not aggressive and aggro, but just really confident, and again, completely it does not need to even think about issues or problems. It just believes and goes, because that fire just attracts so much positive energy towards you and the people who really care about you and really believe in you, that are not trying to sway you in many different directions. And this Jupiter in Aries is asking you to really understand who the fuck you are, and to stand up with a straight backbone and be empowered woman, and claim your space in this world. Claim your space, goddess. All right, Aries, sending you lots of love. Really think about that sexual primordial energy of creation and birthing your vision into this world, or the next iteration, or your next upgrade, or your next visibility. And really think about that reconnection to your magic. Taurus. So Taurus, this for you is about relationships, and directly related to your power and your vision and your belief in your vision, your understanding, like your really solid belief in your understanding of the world and the visionary that you are, and being that leader, being the scholar, being the expert, being the one that knows, and being the sage, and being willing to share your expertise in a leadership capacity. And are you building those relationships? Are you cutting the ones off that just are not magical? Are you really aware of the ones that are trying to suck your energy, suck your magic away, suck your power away, to suppress you, to dim you down? And are you really shining a great big light of awareness into every corner and pocket of your life, really disallowing anything that is not for your heart of soul, for your good, that you want to be part of your story going forward, and bringing in everything that you want to be a part of your story? Where's the beauty? You know, this is conjunct Venus. This is about relationships, but also about beauty. You, Taurus, are a Venus sign. You need beauty in your life to be and to feel good. And so where is beauty and where is the lack of it? And being a Taurus sun, if you're a Taurus sun versus a Taurus rising, you're working to be a Taurus sun. So you're working to be that. So it's like really understanding, if you can connect into beauty and nature and trees and peace, you're going to learn and connect with yourself in such a deeper way, and really understand yourself more. and you're going to have more clarity come in mentally. This Jupiter is in your 12th house, so there's really this opportunity to set into place this life, this leading from soul, this really like kind of taking away the layers of all the programs and the culture and the society and all the people that are saying to do something other than what you feel inside is what you long for, desire, lifts you up, makes you happy. And you have to be willing to go against the status quo. And that means that you have to be this unique identity of who you are. Because Uranus is in your first, and the North Node there. It's about really being on fire and being your unique, quirky self and not doing the status quo anymore. Which means it might be awkward, it might be weird, it might bring up everybody's emotions around you for you to be the unique version of yourself, but that is going to make these relationships be the real magical soul relationships and tap you back into what it means to really be in relationships, and let relationships evolve on their own. Let them be what they want to be. You come together with that other person into a unique iteration of what a relationship is that's like no other relationship because of what you two bring, and let it evolve and unfold so beautifully that way. It's its own beautiful thing. And instead of putting an agenda on it and being so fixed about what a relationship should be, which really just tightens down and suppresses down anything that could be so magical. It's a time of owning your power as a leader. All right, Taurus, really magical, special season for you, about re-owning your power in relationships, to stand in your own autonomy and your own strength and your understanding and connection to your power and what you bring. Like, are you really understanding like the value that you bring into a relationship and being honored and being treasured for that, and so attracting the people that there's really just that symbiosis that's so amazing. Gemini, for you, this eclipse is in your 6th house. You are really being asked to connect into your self-mastery, to being not perfectionistic about things, but rather to redefine perfection as in perfecting, like mastering, which means like love failing until you master it. And this is about self-mastery and how you're taking that into the world to bring it to the people. So it's like reconnecting into the magical Gemini that you are, that can do 50 things and then bring it all together in this like powerful thing, creation that is like blam, and then it's finished and nobody knows how the hell you did it, and you have shit scattered everywhere and like 20 things going on, but all of a sudden, bam, it comes together. And nobody understands it, but they don't need to, and you don't need to either. You just know how to do it. It's just innate to you. So it's just really being aware of the weirdo, and the beauty of your Gemini energy, and the many different ways of looking things, the versatility that you have of viewing the world and being so curious and willing to just go into the fun and the magic, which is kind of interesting with this Aries energy, with this Mars and Gemini. It's the Aries and the Gemini together being so willing to try things, go into things. Aries just wants to go into anything, and the Gemini is just like has so many ideas and curiosities. So you're definitely being activated so much. Understand that you're being asked to take your stance within your own empowerment, in your sexuality, in your deep connection to your guides, your self-connection, your heart, your soul, like letting your soul lead, letting your mind be merely the microphone for your soul. Like, you're really asked to stand in your empowerment there and go against any sort of mental motivation or overculture motivation or motivation coming from someone else. That you're meant to stand in your own, sacral powerful energy and understand that. There's so much with Jupiter in the 11th about understanding other people, groups, relationships, bringing your gifts to the world, being out there where you are shining and having that interaction with other people, and being able to let go of the people that don't want to come along for the ride, and to really just love and be so excited about the people that do, and to not get so attached to however that goes, to really letting that flow. This is powerful about healing the body, that life force energy to make your vision happen. This eclipse is shedding light on hidden things, bringing up insights around how you use your life force energy. If you're getting enough rest, if you're listening to your body enough, you're going to know right now. And if you have stuff going on with your body, you're not listening enough. Also, this is very much about the lifestyle that you want to lead, and are you really leading that? Are you connected in? Are you understanding what your vision is and how to live that now? Or are you putting that into the someday category? Life is not about someday, life is about right now. So Gemini, it's a lot to focus on, and it's fun stuff. It's the important part of stuff. It's the life you really want to live. All right, Gemini. Cancer, this eclipse is happening for you in your house of leadership, of really feeling like you matter in the world, and that there's a symbiosis between other people seeing your value, you contributing to the world, bringing your unique self to the world, your gifts, your contributions, what you make, what you create, the things in your business, your services and products. And just maybe it's just your friendship, maybe it's just your unique personality, maybe it's your laughter and your humor, bringing that forward, and bringing your love and care and attention forward, Cancer, and having understanding like the people that like that and don't, the people that don't like that, let them go. Be willing to disconnect and to not make much of it. Understand what people do is about them, not about you. And this Pluto is saying you got to stand up in your relationships and your powerful self. You have to stand in your empowered self in relationships, not be walked upon, but also to be real about how you feel, because when people know how you feel, they can understand you. But when they don't know why you feel the way you feel, or don't know that how you do feel, they get confused, and then eventually they want to go, or you want to leave because you don't feel understood. It's very important to communicate your emotions and to learn your own emotions. This Jupiter in the 10th is asking for this new story about your sacred calling in this incarnation. What vision are you here to live? What lifestyle, what change, what impact do you want to have here in this world? We have so much impact that we often don't recognize, but we have so much impact. So choose it, be conscious about it, and what is it that you want to choose here? And Uranus is asking you to be to change and be more in the possibilities when it comes to all your relationships and connections and building your audience and growing community and family and collaborations, to just really be more in the possibilities and be open to what things can be and let them unfold naturally instead of really having an agenda about it. So very much time to stand in leadership. And if you have kiddos, like this could be things coming up around your relationships with your kids, new relationships, things cutting away, things leaving. This is a death and rebirth here when it comes to you standing in a place that you matter and really owning that you matter, but also being in symbiotic relationship with those that see that too. Okay, Cancer. Leo, this for you is about home and family, and it's very much an eclipse about relationships, home, family, about your emotional seascape. And are you connected to your emotions? Are you listening to them? Are you more in your head? And are you really living your life through sense? Are you being called forward through your senses, through where You feel guided through your body telling you the information, your emotions telling you the information. If you're not happy, if you're not loving it, if you're not enthusiastic, are you doing more of the matrix life? Are you doing more of the status quo? You're being asked to go towards what makes you happy. What are your desires? And really understanding that a lot of relationships are going to be need to cut away. You've probably been going through a lot of relationships cutting away, and that's okay. It's good, because those relationships aren't meant to be on the journey with you anymore. At some point, we don't grow anymore with difficulty, and it's just then turns into something stifling. You're asked to really own your power and your lifestyle and your life force energy, your health, your day-to-day schedule and routines, really in understanding your own self-mastery and self-sufficiency, your ability to make it happen, like really believe in yourself, and to know that you can do it, and to know that you can find the answers that you don't have readily at on the tip of your tongue, and to really believe in yourself here, to reclaim your power there. Jupiter is offering you a chance to rewrite the story and your expertise and believing in yourself as a leader, that you have something that you're bringing to the world that is unique and unto you only, and that is here to change the world. That's really important. Believe in that matters. And Uranus is asking you to think outside the box when it comes to your sacred vision, to your work, your business, and to do things differently and try things you haven't tried before. All right, Leo. Virgo, this eclipse is changing everything for you when it comes to your mindset and how you communicate with other people, and what that communication is based upon, the perspectives and the beliefs that you hold. So you're cutting away from old beliefs that might be rather painful if you're really committed to them, if you're really thinking they're the right ones, or if you're not sifting through that and understanding what needs to go. It's time to think differently about the world, to open up, to not be so fiercely guarded or committed to views on things and perspectives that are not serving you. Like, really look at your perspectives and your thinking, and see, is it serving me? Is it helping me? Is it moving me forward? Is it connecting me more into heart and soul and other people and love? Or is it disconnecting me from all of that? You're asked to reclaim your power and leadership. And if in your relationships with your children, like, come from an empowered place, show the example of an empowered mother and woman and person in the world, and to allow yourself to be powerful as believing in the gifts that you bring the world, believing in what you contribute to humanity, and that it matters and it's important, and really to also be aware of those that don't believe in it and to move them out of your life. Jupiter is asking you to create a new story around your sexual connection to yourself. Have you connected your sexual energy back to the sacred? Or is it still skewed by the depravity, by the depraved sexual perversion in the culture, and how that's been made scintillating and been made supposedly exciting? And to re-own that primordial sacral powered energy and creation. Like, are you starting a new story about your connection to the ethereal, the metaphysical, your guides, to the occult, the magic, to your magic, believing in your magic? You have to understand, Virgo, that the intangible, your tangible world only exists because there's something intangible behind it animating it. It wouldn't exist without spirit and soul. So you have to sometimes realize to combine the two, to really integrate soul as what is animating the four walls, or the desk, or the computer, or any of the physical things that see in your world, to not break, to maybe break things down into its individual parts, but to be able to also look at the gestalt and the whole picture and the bigger view. You're asked to really innovate your expertise and your leadership, and don't be so rigid and don't be so standardized. Break out of the norms. And where are you suppressing these inclinations that you have? All right, Virgo. Libra, this eclipse is happening in your second house of money, self-worth, of really feeling your oats, feeling great, and also kind of where the hidden pockets of low self-worth or not feeling good enough have been hidden, they've been surfacing this last month for you to see, so that you can clear those up and face them and really clean that up within yourself. And so don't shy away from any of that. Don't shy away from any of the not good enoughs or the low self-esteem or the low self-worth stuff. Really face it, because this is an eclipse where it's time to start a new story now. It's time to really reconnect to the magic of who you are and believe in yourself. Stand in your just complete worthiness, that you have so much value, and to really bring the resource of who you are, bring the resource of your own creativity, what wants to be created through you, your genius, your magic, really believing and seeing and understanding that. You're asked to stand in your power when it comes to your emotions, your family, and your home, to really be in an empowered place there, to re-own your power, to believe in your strong anchor and roots, and that you can be the leaf on the tree sometimes, but that you'll always regrow onto the tree again as the new leaf every year. That there's cyclical nature to all of life, that we're all interconnected into this constant cyclical life, renewing itself, that you're the tree with the sturdy roots in the ground, but also the leaves that get blown off and die away and return again the next spring. Reclaiming your power here and your anchor and roots of being planted in home, but a home within yourself, not just because of a physical external thing. And really claiming the new story in relationships. Like, where do you want to be your autonomous, individuated, new version of yourself in relationships? And really with you coming first, and then that symbiosis between the other person. And this is an innovation for you in your sexual, sacral, primal energy, that connection to your guides, the channeling, your gifts, your magic, bringing that forward, everything behind the veil, bringing that forward, using that in your life, using that in your business. This is a chance to innovate, to believe in yourself, to let the unexpected and the awakening happening. You're really due for an awakening here in this area. All right, Libra, Scorpio. This eclipse, of course, is in your first house of identity. And just give me a second. An identity in of being your autonomous self, being an individuated, empowered woman, and your relationships. But it's, conjunct Venus, so it's about your relationships and your money and beauty and how you feel good about yourself. And if you feel worthy, are you standing in your worth and your power? Are you owning that? Do you believe in that? Do you believe in who you are? Are you allowing yourself to be the real expression of your real true heart and self and soul? Or are you hiding that from the world? This is a lot bubbling up about who you are from deep unconscious places, especially for the last month. And have you been pushing that down and suppressing that back down? Or are you being real about who you really want to be that you've been hiding? Or how, when you express who you really are, that's been admonished or pushed away or judged or unloved? And understanding that that has nothing to do with you, but with the other people. And to really be clear about who you want in your life and who you don't, and cut away and put those boundaries up for those that just don't see your magic and believe in you. And Pluto's asking you to really reclaim your worth and your empowerment and your value in how you think about the world, how you communicate, with clear boundaries, with clear yes and clear no, and really being real about the value of who you are. Really being clear about your worthiness and what you bring to this world and how important that is. And it's important for us to have Scorpio in this world, right? We need all 12 archetypes to make the world go round. We all have all 12 inside of us, but you are really here to bring that Scorpio depth and magic and connection to what's hidden, what's behind the veil, what is underneath the earth, which is what makes the soil fertile. And to power, into a fierceness that is fierce for love, fierce for soul. This Jupiter is asking you what story you want to create when it comes to your schedule, routines, and day-to-day work, but your health, your lifestyle, your life force energy. Like, are you really managing your life force energy and getting sleep and getting nutrients and getting rest and play and being a fully resourced woman? Are you really tending to that? And are you in old stories and old patterns around that? Do you want to carry those old stories into the future and keep telling those? Where do you need to innovate your relationship, step outside the box, think differently, connect, disconnect from people who just aren't really in their magic, or not wanting you to be in yours and can't see the magic of you? This is really important, Scorpio. All right, Sag. Sag, this is happening in your 12th house. A lot hidden has been surfacing and bubbling up to the top. This has probably been a little bit of a challenging time, and much is coming forward to be seen, to be healed, to be looked at, but also this deep energy of divine love, of imagination and dreaming, and letting the dreaming help you understand the reality that you want to create. And are you dreaming for the negative or the positive? Pluto's asking to really re-own your power of your value, of understanding that what you create in this world matters, has value, and that it makes you money, and really understanding that you have so much to offer the world and so much to create and so much to do here. It's really important. Jupiter's asking you to tell a new story when it comes to your leadership, when it comes to seeing that your work matters, and only really allowing those people to have access to you that see that value too. And if they don't, to just disconnect, to let go, that there doesn't need to be a fight or an issue or to make it mean anything. Just let them go, and to carry that new story forward of really being in that symbiosis of bringing your beautiful resources of creativity and creation into the world. What you create, your services, your humor, your personality, your wit, your love, your care, who you are, the unique things that you bring to this world, and only allowing, having that relationship with those people that see that value, and everyone else can go on. You're being asked to really innovate your day-to-day work life and your lifestyle for the real true vision, which is becoming clear to you through this eclipse. A lot hidden is been revealed, a lot of insights, a lot of epiphanies. All right, Sag. Capricorn, this eclipse is happening for you in connection to other people and groups, and building relationships and connection, and building your audience, really understanding other people, understanding what's been hidden, like a lot of insights about people, and understanding things that you didn't understand before, understanding where boundaries need to be in place, and letting go of people, understanding that the boundaries are for you, and where to understand that people that just don't see the magic of you can go. And this is about creating new relationships, cutting away the old, letting the old die off. This has probably been a lot of changes in your social circles, and a lot of changes in your audience, possibly. Maybe you're switching gears with your audience and your ICA, and really changing that and going in a different direction. Pluto is asking you to re-own your power when it comes to who you see yourself as in the world, and who you stand up as, your personality, your unique self. Who is that? And are you really clear about that and willing for that to be fluid and conscious about that? Are you being the unique expression of a human that you want to be, of a soul, incarnated that you want to be? Jupiter is saying, hey, there's a new story possible here with emotions. Do you want to be deeply connected to your emotions, or do you want to be stoic? Do you want to just stuff them down to keep going? Do you really want to be connected in and realize that they're the language of your soul, that give you all this information that's so important, and to really be grounded into a home and family life that feels anchored, a home within your own self, but also your physical home and where you feel rooted? And how can that really feel like freedom, like you're truly free? you're asked to innovate your leadership and how you bring your gifts to the world. You're asked to be out of the box, to not do things the old way you've been doing them when it comes to contributing to humanity, to what you bring to the world with your business, with your services, with your products, and your humor and who you are in this world. All right, Capricorn, Aquarius, this eclipse is in your house of sacred calling, your business, what you do in the world. And a lot is changing, a lot is shifting, lots of insights. So really look at what's shifting and changing. You might not know everything for a couple weeks of what this eclipse is really hearkening to, but there's probably been a lot of sifting through for the last month. But it's definitely around your business. A lot's going to change. It's time to connect into the relationships that really matter and bring the same passion and magic that you do. And Pluto's asking you to own your power when it comes to soul and your spiritual life, and to stop being in the closet spiritually, to stop not sharing yourself spiritually, to really be out and real and proud and connected to soul and bringing that forward and letting that be first, to owning your truth of what you know and your expertise and your gifts, like really owning your gifts. Jupiter is saying there's a new story here in your perspective and your mind and how you communicate that to the world. Like you can really think differently and bring a new perspective forward that definitely is coming from a place of freedom and liberation from within yourself, from the old programming, from the childhood wounds, from the challenges. This is a time for a new way. And you're being asked to innovate home and family and emotions. Think outside the box, to do it differently, to let an awakening happen here when it comes to your roots, your family, and all of that. All right, Aquarius. Pisces, this eclipse is happening for you in the house of being the visionary and travel and expansion and understanding and belief systems. So it's really about this big expansion of who you are and cutting away from what held back your magic and what stifled you or suppressed you, and letting all of that go, the relationships, and really only connecting with those relationships that see your magic, that allow you to grow and bloom, that prosper you and that you prosper, that are positive. You're asked to really claim your power when it comes to relationships, other people, groups, your audience. Stand in your empowered place with your audience building and with connecting to tribe and people, and be empowered. Know your value. Own it, claim it. Be real, be the amazing person that you are, and that attracts the people that really believe in that, see that, and want to be around that, and everyone else can let them go. It's nothing to do with you. Jupiter is saying tell a new story when it comes to your self-worth. Tell a new story when it comes to understanding the value that you create in this world through just simply by being yourself, but through your products and services, through your business, through your joy, laughter, through your magic, through seeing things from a different view, from that higher view, the Gestalt. And how amazing that is, that you bring this unique vision that's unlike anybody else. This is about a spirit quest of soul right now for you. This eclipse is a big spirit quest for a new vision of life, one that's never been imagined before. This is Scorpio. This is going behind the veil into the mystery to a vision that you've not imagined before. Maybe some things you want to be a part of it, but maybe you just don't have the energy for those things anymore, and they were good for that moment and you needed them for that upliftment in that moment, but it's time to let go of everything that you just don't feel like you have the energy for, because it can't come with you. And if it's meant to come back around, it will. Or let that energy create something even better. And it can be hard to let go of some of your creative babies sometimes, but allow for this new amazing vision to birth. Like this is a death and rebirth of this new vision of everything, particularly in your business and yourself as a leader and what you're expressing to the world. Everything is meant to be. Everything has this beautiful journey and reason and rhyme. So this Uranus is asking you to innovate your perspective and your mindset. And you've gotten so much of this year. You've gotten so much pushing on having like a new way of thinking and perceiving and looking at things, to not look at things in the old rigid way or through other people's programs or lens, or through the distorted Saturn lens or the toxic Mars lens, to really bring it into the feminine, to the heart, and to what feels good, to go that direction. All right, you all, I hope this was helpful for you. I'm sending you all so much love. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you on the next moon video, which is going to be this full moon coming up, this full moon eclipse. So super powerful. Can't wait. You know, the energies in the sky are what you make of it. It's not doom and gloom. There's so much magic happening everywhere. Yes, we are shedding and healing, and there's wounds to look at that come up and all of that, but it's how you approach it. All right, sending you love, y'all.